What is up, guys? It is your LOL support here, and today, instead of bringing you guys a champion video, I figured I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on how to team fight properly. I got this request on one of my videos. I forgot who specifically requested it, but it was asked, and I've been asked this before. How do you team fight? How do you do things like that? So I'm going to go over team fighting with you guys on a very fundamental level, and then we'll flesh it out in an actual gameplay. If I sound a little weird, I got little things in my mouth right now. But so let's get into team fighting. So what is team fighting? Team fighting is when you by yourself are not fighting with another person by themselves. You are fighting with a team. I don't know, a lot of you guys are like, oh, that's so easy, that's so self-explanatory. But it's not, because the thing is, a lot of people don't understand the word team fighting. Because what they do is, in a team fight, they often go one person into the whole group, and they pick a target and they fight only them. That's a duel. That's not a team fight. A team fight has to be organized. A team fight is with your team and you are fighting. So for those of you Rambo people who like to go in, with Riven and try and 1v5, you may not be doing a whole lot of work. Now, I brought up Microsoft Paint, and a good, someone I watch a lot, a guy named Last Shadow. Hope you don't mind. I'm using Microsoft Paint. Okay, so in a typical team fight, you have your ADC in the back line. You probably have your support hanging around somewhere around there. And then you have your kind of your 3 tankier people kind of like right there, right? So if you notice, like, all right, here, let's copy that right here. Again, tank line, tank line, tank line. Usually one of the initiators are going to be either here or there, here or there. Then you got your support right here, unless your support is like a Leona or something like that. Maybe should be a little bit forward. And then you obviously have your ADC right here. Now, if you notice, there's a separation that happens between, trying to think about a color blind. Okay. Ooh, wrong color. Okay. Delete. Okay, there you go. So in most team fights, when it's like before the team fight, everyone is kind of dancing around these lines, right? If you notice, it forms kind of a circle, and it doesn't always form a circle, but the idea of a team fight revolves around shapes, and it revolves around the shape of a circle or an enclosed space. It could be a box, it could be whatever. I like to think of circles. So if you see this team is in a circle here, this team is in a circle here, okay? So now that you see that part, let's go into the actual fighting and what occurs. Okay, so a team fight breaks out when somebody initiates. Okay, now the act of initiating is going to break the circle, correct? But the attempt at initiating with someone as the initiator, like let me draw it out for you. So we got ADC support, tank right here. The front guy went in to initiate right here, and you got another tank right there. Let me swap out. Okay. Alright, so right now this guy is here. Assuming that they still hold positions and this guy was able to get a good initiate, he is going to end up somewhere around here, right? Now, the automatic assumption, okay? So if an ADC, for all of you people who are ADCs, when you see someone initiate, your automatic instinct is to go backwards, right? Go backwards. Your support is going to stay roughly around here. They want to, if it's a good support, they typically want to like stay around here and like maybe dash from here to there and from here to there, like dash between those two, so they can stay here but also keep you safe. The goal of an initiation and breaking your circle is so that your team will eventually come in with you. You know what? I'm just gonna go to pen. Pen will be a lot easier. And you're damn. Okay. Blue. Okay. And that your team will come in with you and close up the circle. So basically, you're moving this circle to right here and completing it. Now, what do you notice? When your team moves forward, in that direction, you're closing off the circle with one member of the enemy team inside. What that does is everyone's focus should turn to this guy, right? Everyone's focus should be on him. Okay? F everything else. Your focus should be him. Take him out. Because think about it like a bear trap, right? You have a bear trap right here. Okay? You got a little cupcake in the center for... Oh, that looks like a titty. Alright, let's do that. And... kind of looks like a Pokeball. Whatever. Okay, so you got a bear trap, right? Bear's foot. Rawr. Chomp. Foosh. Foosh. And then clamp. Oh. Okay. So, in Teamfight, that's what ultimately should happen. The second you see somebody in the middle of your circle, all of your attention should go to that circle. Now, there's not always one set in stone circle. Sometimes they're kind of like hemispheres. I know this is all sounding kind of weird. You guys are like, what is this guy talking about? It'll make sense in a second. So say, let's undo all of that. Erase some magnificent bear trap. Okay. So right here. So say this guy goes off around here, right? He sees this guy. For some reason, he decides to run off this way. When your team closes in and you have this circle, right? If one of the tanks right here, if this tank who's right here decides to rotate over like that, this guy who initiated decides to rotate right here. So now you have 1, 2, and you still have your ADC that can flank around here. See, this is kind of like a hemisphere right here, right? Like, or semicircle, not a hemisphere. We're not drawing 3D shapes. So you see, we've blocked him off from his team, right? This is kind of the same sense. You're creating like another circle in the off distance. Now, these circles can be multiple in team fights. You can have like 2 to 3 circles. But as long as you're cutting them off from their team and you guys are having areas of focus, the team that allows for one person to be got in multiple circles in the fight will end up losing. So if purple team gives off this guy to a circle, gives off this guy to a half circle, semicircle, right? You've lost 2 people in that fight, right? This guy's hurt, so we'll call him halfway, right? This guy, after he came here, went up there, he's halfway, right? So you got another halfway guy. This guy, he's been kind of the mediator. He's been kind of in between here, so we'll call him 3/4 health. Assuming the support is doing her job, or his job, depending, they might tank a little damage, so we'll call him 3/4, and this guy should be technically full health, right? If this guy's full health, gosh darn it. Alright, full health, 3/4 health, we'll call him the same health, right? And this guy is half health, right? Or, yeah, we'll call him half health. That's a one team fight, because this ADC is not going to know what to do. When this ADC sees like 1 pick off, 2 pick off, 3 pick off, they can try and weave in auto attacks, but the thing is, focused fire by 5 people onto one target is going to do a lot more damage than an ADC trickling damage into the fight here and there, here and there. Oh, let me hit him. Oh, let me hit him. I need to walk backwards now. Oh, let me hit him. Let me hit him. Focus your fire. That's what a team fight is. It's organized circles. And that's why it's kind of hard to see a good team fight in solo queue, is because you tend to lack that communication. If an initiator goes in, 2 people don't agree about it, they don't go in. He's now instead... Oh wait, you guys can see my face. It's probably a little weird. So, assuming that now this guy never went in, like your team never went in, right? This team, you just gave them a kill. Your initiator just gave them a kill if you guys don't come in to close off that circle. So now you see he's in their circle. Now the point of initiation is to temporarily break your circle to bring one person in and then close it off, you know? But now, because your initiator went in, your team didn't follow, he's forced to either flash out or, you know, get killed, right? So either way, he's going to lose something. So that's why it's hard to see good team fights in solo queue. Now, a lot of people might be watching this video thinking, hey, you know, low support. What about those team comps like, protect the Kog'Maw comps? Same function. The only thing is, instead of having this guy here to kind of be like a 3 tank line like that, this guy probably is going to have a little bit more peel, and it's probably going to be a 2-1-2. So it's probably going to be like boom, boom, and then one guy here, and then 2 strong initiators. Because what this guy is going to serve as is this guy can go in, or he can stay with the Kog'Maw and protect. Okay? Now, a lot of people are going to say in solo queue, why didn't you protect the carry? If you're the initiator, it's not your job to, babysit this guy, right? That's not your job. Your job is to break the circle, pull one in if possible, or isolate someone in another circle, and get those kills, secure those kills, right? And you'll see an example in the clip that we're about to bring up. But your job is not to protect him. That's this guy, and this guy, okay? So those are the basics of team fighting, okay? Remember, it's a team fight, not a duel. Let's go ahead and write that down for you guys. Duel. No duel. No duel for you. Okay? Team. Yay. Bing. Thumbs up. Okay? So that's the basic premise of a team fight. Okay? So now we're going to close off Microsoft Paint. We're not going to save, although it's a work of art. We're going to go over to YouTube and we're going to full screen this. Okay? Now this is a standard Korean Challenger solo queue game. You see we have a couple good people. We have CJ Entis, but for the CJ Entis, CJ Entis, we have a couple CJ Entis. So they are a pro team, kind of like if you saw like TSM or if you saw C9. Same thing. Okay, so we have they're kind of chilling around Baron Pit. Okay, so you see we got a little foreplay right there. Okay, so now let's stop right here and break this down. And I want to slow this down, and we're gonna mute it so it doesn't show off like random ticks. Okay, so you see the established line that we talked about, right? That black line. That line is right there. Okay, no one is crossing that line right now. Now Aatrox does a risky move. He comes through here. Now, Riven is out of position, so Riven has one of 2 choices. She can choose to be the initiator, and you see right here, we have the ADC in the back. I'm guessing that was an AP Ezreal mid. I don't know. Probably, yeah. Yep, it was. So, you have the 2 squishies in the back. You got a support right here. Blitzcrank excels at pulling people into the circle, which is why I like Blitzcrank, but I mean, some people hate him. Okay, so right here, they know that Riven is out. Okay, so right here, Riven is choosing to break the circle. So this team's circle kind of lies around here. Jinx is still teeing off on the Baron, and their circle is right here. Okay, so we're going to go into the fight. Now Riven goes in. Now, what do you notice? Shen, because of that dash that he did to taunt the Riven to save his ADC, is now in their circle, right? So you're going to see a converging onto the Shen. And this is solo queue, mind you. So this is instinctive play. Now, what happened there was Riven was also caught in another circle right here with the Lucian, Kha'Zix, and Shen right here. So Lucian was able to get off the burst on her. Now the reason Shen wasn't able to die right away was because he had a good amount of health, but look how far back the ADC is. She's going to be taking a lot more damage from an ADC in closed circle than a jungle tank, jungle top fighter, and some other guy, you know? So she ends up dying, okay? Shen is caught out in this circle, but what happens is Jarvan goes in to back up his Shen. Okay, so now you see right here, 2 people get knocked up. Blitzcrank dies by the Lucian, and now you see Aatrox was right here, right? Ezreal right here, Jinx right here. Aatrox was here. You notice in the circle, everyone converges. Okay, now right here is an example of a half circle. So you see he's a little bit extended. Jarvan's wrapping around from his original initiate position over to the half circle position. And you're going to see Kha'Zix flash over the wall as well. Or jump over the wall, I'm sorry. So you see there's that little semicircle that they were able to create. And they're going to be able to drop the Jarvan. Or not the Jarvan, the Aatrox. Notice these two are still fine. These two, now we're going to have a hard time coming back. It's going to be a duel between these two now that the fight has fizzled down. Notice that it didn't happen at the beginning. It happened towards the end of the fight. Okay? So you're going to see Jarvan collapses right here, able to drop the Aatrox. You see right here, they're dueling it out right now. Shen can't really do much. He's low. Ezreal flashes in. They're able to kill the Aatrox. So now their circle is still intact, but theirs is lacking, right? So you see Ezreal split off. This, at this point, is pretty much just dueling. But yeah, you saw the mechanics of that team fight. A lot of circles were created, and a lot of circles were made useful. The ones that encapsulate your ADC being within range to deal damage of the circle is going to do a little bit more than a tank, jungle, and fighter, you know? So they lacked a little bit of the damage. And as you can see by that, purple team was able to pick up a ace for one death, and that's because this team was more unified as far as keeping those circles together and bringing in focus fire. A lot of people think in team fights, especially in lower elo, they think, oh, get the carry. Why didn't you focus the carry? It's not necessarily about focusing the carry 100% of the time. If you have a free shot at 100 to 0 the carry, or to bring the carry into the circle, by all means, go ahead. If you have a catch-out comp that revolves around that, if you can Vi ult in, Yasuo, Malphite, and then it's just like chaos, then go ahead, do that. But as far as an organized team fight, that is the formula for that's the formula for doing a good team fight, or formulating a good fight, obviously. But this team lacked the ability to focus. They tried to focus down the Shen, but obviously it worked, but Shen lived for a long time. Shen was around when the dueling happened, and I believe he died to one last auto attack by Jinx. But that is the base of team fighting. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. I'm not going to go into the specific roles of a team fight in this video. If you guys want me to do that, post a comment in the comment section down below, and I might do that. I probably wouldn't be able to. No, I could probably do it actually. Yeah, I could do it. I could do a positional video as far as your job as top, mid, jungle, whatever. It kind of revolves around your kit, which is why it's a little weird. Like a Ryze top is going to have a different approach to a team fight than, say, a Jarvan top. Jarvan top is going to have a little bit harder of an initiate, whereas Ryze is going to have a little bit more of a team fight. So he's going to be able to. He wouldn't be the. Hang on, did I close paint? I closed paint. Damn. Paint. Okay. So Jarvan wouldn't necessarily be. Okay, so you got ADC. Support, ADC support, mid guy, initiator, and then this guy. Ryze probably wouldn't be this guy. Ryze would probably more so be either him or him, so that once this guy initiates, pour saps over here, once he initiates over here, Ryze would be able to come in and burst him down with his stun. He's able to keep him CC'd, and then he could just kind of wreak havoc because Ryze does whatever he wants. But yeah, so the character makes a difference, but the general position of the roles are the same, so I guess I could do a video on that. But guys, I really hope that you found this guide very informational, very interesting, and very helpful. If I missed anything, or if you disagree with anything I said, feel free to post a comment in the comment section down below, and I'd be glad to discuss it and talk to you guys about it. Answer any questions if you guys have questions too. So, without anything else to say on this topic, this has been your A Little Support, and I am out of here.